a very good afternoon to you. Give us a perspective on the movement of the market, which I understand is really on the back of relatively moderate volumes these days.
Yeah, thank you very much, Wole. Good afternoon. Nice being with you. Yes, the equities market was up today. It actually appreciated by about 0.05%, principally driven by the stocks of Dangote Cement, considering the fact that that security is a major portion of the market cap of the market, and so is increased by about 90 kobo, propelled the market upwards. Flour mills actually led the gainers chart today, gaining about 2 naira. UACN also came up today, gaining. Cadbury continued its impressive run. It actually closed at maximum point today. While on the loser side, we have Arbico, which is a small construction company, losing a little bit there. And another stock that came down today.
Continue talking, sir.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
I hope you are still with me.
Yes,
Wole,
I'm with you, David. You're making a point about the losers. Yes, absolutely.
The losses by the small cap stocks, the market continued its upward movement, which also occurred last week and the previous week. And so we have a bull run that has been sustained for about the third week running. But however, within this week, it's not unlikely that the bull run may probably slow down a little bit as we enter a new month, and perhaps some speculators will start taking profit in the market.
All right,
but
David.
however, that can be counterbalanced. By what may happen in the money market.
Right.
Because we understand that within this week, perhaps the FAC allocation could hit the money market. And we also understand that right now, the yield on bonds appears to be slowing down as a result of the heightened demand for bonds. So which means that the possibility is there that more financial assets may drain into equities.
All right, so the picture is looking much better for equities. As you mentioned, bond yields are coming down. So perhaps some investors may begin to look to your side of the market. But let's go back to Cadbury, and I wanted to get a sense of how far you think Cadbury may rally. We've seen the stock move quite a bit this year. Last week was one of the top movers. Today, again, you mentioned that it has moved higher. How far do you think this stock will go? We know that this is a company that was restructured a few years ago, and now we're beginning to see the returns from that restructuring.
Yes, indeed. The fundamentals of Cadbury continues to grow by the quarter, and investors now perceive that that security may eventually regain its pride of place in the market, because in the past, Cadbury ranked almost pari passu with Nestle PLC. The price differential was not really so wide, but after the internal crisis that rocked Cadbury a few years ago, there was divergence in their valuation by the market. But that security has been recovering ever since. But even as we speak, there's still a wide gulf between the values of Nestle Food and Cadbury.
Right.
But investors believe that now that the fundamentals are getting stronger, perhaps that gap would be closed in due course. Hence, a lot of people are taking position in that security. I think that with the rate of growth and with the kind of people you have on the board of Cadbury, it will not be impossible for it to move towards the region of 50 naira in future. I may be overtly optimistic,
okay,
but I'm being guided by events of the past.
All right, let's take a look at the broader market now and how the market reacts to forecasts. I know quite a number of companies reported forecasts today: Custodian and Allied Insurance, Cornerstone Insurance, and Access Bank. I know we're still expecting those half-year numbers from Access. Your thoughts on how the market reads this forecast and to what extent they guide investors as they go forward?
Yes, analysts generally look at the forecast and they note them, but from experience, it does appear that the correlation between the forecast and the outcome at the end of the forecast period actually they don't tally. And so while a lot of analysts and informed investors take note of the forecast to guide their decisions, but they rely most essentially on the actual results to form investment or divestment opinions or come to decisions. So
right.
yes, everybody looks at the forecast, but generally,
All right. So
a lot of people don't rely wholeheartedly on the forecast to take investment or divestment decisions.
so they take it with a pinch of salt.
Market.
That's what I'm hearing you say. Thank you so much, David, for joining us and giving us that perspective on the market. David Adonri is General Manager at Lambeth Trust.